Do you guys ever wonder about patience and having patience? I know that I am far from being the one who can do a good message on this today because I have no patience, and the Heavenly Father has helped me through this. I sometimes want things now. We're in a fast-paced society. We always want things now. We don't want to wait. We have this idea in our head that we want it now. We don't want to wait. So we're going to start out today with Romans 12:12. It says here, be joyful in hope, patient and in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share God's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. And if you go into verse 14, blessed those who persecute you, bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. I think a lot of times what happens is this day in society, we want things to happen now. And if you think about it, the Lord Heavenly Father has a plan for us. He always has a plan. He knows that we know that we want it now, we want to have it now, but we know that the Heavenly Father always decides what we need. It's like when you plant a seed. You know, you plant a seed in the ground and you expect the seed to grow, and you're watching it and watching it, and you're patient and you're patient. And the seed may be fruitful, or it may not. It may be going really slow, and you may be so proud of it because it's growing what it's supposed to be doing, but you're being patient. Well, that's the same thing what the Heavenly Father does. He puts a seed in us, and sometimes it takes longer for us to mature to get to the point where we can handle something. See, the Heavenly Father has a plan. We may want to handle things a certain way, and it's not going our way, but then on the other hand, God has a plan that if we wait, prepare ourselves, the plan will come into effect, and God will help us through this. So, it's like growth takes time. Seed planted, it takes time. God's going to be with you. He's going to be working behind the scenes to make sure that things will grow in the time that He needs. It's like when you start exercising. You know, when you first start out, you're so excited, and you run, and you're excited to start losing weight, and you're just, and then after about a week to 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, a month, you say, you're not really seeing a lot of good results. Or maybe you are. But still, you're getting tired. And it's sort of like when you're waiting have the patience to do for what God is waiting to do. Sometimes it can take years to get what you're asking for. Have you asked for something that it's not coming into effect today? Have you asked for something that you wanted to come into effect today? Well, you know, God may be preparing you, like exercising, to get you to that point to where you're going to be okay. We sometimes look at things like, well, it's not happening, so I'm mad. Well, you know what? You shouldn't be mad, because if you have God in your heart, God is working the scene for you. He is preparing the way behind the scenes. He knows your past, present, and future. He knows what's going on. Maybe it's a situation where you need money. Maybe it's a situation or a relationship's not going well. Maybe it's a situation where things are just not going the way that you want it to go in any arena. Maybe everything that you have is tearing apart. Maybe everything you own, your car's broke down, your appliances are breaking down, everything in your life, your job's on the edge with keeping your job or not, and you're on edge. Maybe just things aren't going your way. But if you have patience and pray earnestly and honestly every day to Heavenly Father, He's going to help you through those times of need. No matter what, He will help you through those times of need. I guarantee it. If you believe in the Heavenly Father, the Lord, and you pray earnestly and honestly and pray all the time. I don't know. Do I pray all the time? I pray when I can. I pray in my mind. I say, okay, I'm going to pray. Because you know what? I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But the Heavenly Father, sometimes He will say, He told me to talk about this today. Patience. A lot of things want us to grow fast, and the results were fast, and we just have to be patient. God is waiting, getting ready behind the scenes, what I just said, and don't be discouraged when God does not answer you. Don't get upset when things you're waiting for are not coming your way. Maybe sure this is the time to relax, but the key is this. When you're waiting, wait with a good attitude. Wait with not attitude, things aren't going my way. I don't want, I want this to happen now. Don't wait with negativity. Wait with positivity. So when you're waiting for things to happen that you're praying for, and more than likely it's health, food, life, job, living, relationships, there's so many things. Whatever you're praying for, just hang in there and pray, but live the life that you're supposed to live. Be happy. Don't be sad. If you're praying, you get these negative thoughts in your mind, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. Turn it around. My Heavenly Father, my Lord, I'm praying to you now, this is going to happen because I see it coming my way. I see this coming my way, my Heavenly Father. And you pray to Him and you say, I see this coming my way. I see my job getting better. I see my life getting better. I see my relationships getting better. I see that I'm getting a relationship. I know I'm going to meet someone. I know they're out there. And so you take the time to do that, and you'll find yourself a better attitude. You see that things may be coming your way, and you're preparing yourself when they do get there. A long time ago, I kept saying, I wanted to be a store manager. 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 I prayed, I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted it. And it was like, if I got it, I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared to be a store manager over 300 employees, 200 employees, 600 employees. I was not able to do that. But in my mind, I knew I could do it, right? God prepared the way. God said, you're not getting that. You're going to start here. You're going to do this, this, this. And it worked out. It took me 5 years, 7 years to get to where I wanted to be. But God prepared me the way, and I ended up being one of the best. In that world, I was one of the best. But God prepared the way for me to do that. And I stayed the best for the time that I was there, which was quite a few years. And what do you mean the best? Best profit, best sales, best, and most payroll was good because it treated everybody with respect. You have to really think about everything you do. If you go in there with a bad attitude in your life, people's going to see that, and you're not going to get what you want. Just because God doesn't give what you want and you're going to have a bad attitude, you shouldn't have that. You should always have waiting. Doesn't mean nothing is happening. David waited 13 years to take the throne. God wanted him to tend his father's sheep. We always rush into things. We want things to happen. We want the good life. We want to have a great life with joy and excitement. God knows what we're going through. David had to go through a lot of testing himself. He had to take care of his father's sheep. He did things that he didn't want to do, but David did exactly what he was supposed to do because, see, God was preparing the way for David. He was looking in things that maybe need to be fixed. Maybe you have things in your life that need to be fixed, and maybe things aren't going the way that you need to go, and maybe this time that God is preparing the way, He is fixing the things that's wrong with you. Maybe you're looking at you need the courage, and you need the strength. You need the adaptability. You need the patience to do the things that you need to do. See, one thing I needed to learn, and I did this, I needed to learn to have a lot more patience than I did. And what caused me to not have a lot of patience is because I lived in a fast-paced environment. I had things that had to get done at the moment, and that's where I went through life, and that's what it is. Sometimes I want things even here where I'm at in the Philippines to be more fast-paced, and I want things. But after I realized in time that things are not going to always go the way that I want it to go, I have to be patient because the Heavenly Father is working behind the scenes to help me through any given situation. See, God is always working for you. If you pray to God and you're earnest and honest with Him, and you tell Him your heart and tell Him everything that's going on in your life, you're going to find yourself a lot happier person, which will give God, the Heavenly Father, to see how you handle the things. That's what He did to David. Are you going to be honorable? What kind of man are you going to be? Are you going to do what your father says? See, this is the same a lot of times when the Heavenly Father's talking to us. Are you going to be the type of person that I want you to be? Or are you going to be the type of person that ends off on this road? Or are you going to be the type of person that ends here? I am training you to be the type of person that I want you to be. And the Lord Heavenly Father does that. Even when I'm 68 years old, God is constantly doing that. Age does not matter. See, the Heavenly Father, even with David, if you think about it, with David, little David, how much power did David have? God was with him. How much power you're going to have with God with you? All you have to do is take the time and pray to him and tell him your thoughts and pray to him all the time. Pray to God all the time and tell him what's going on in your life. Tell him to get the bad thoughts out of your mind, to get the temptations away from you. If you see a temptation going, just don't, Heavenly Father, pull that temptation away from you. Because that you're going to be challenged with that. No, I don't care who you are. You're going to be challenged with temptations all the time. That's just the way life is, and that's the way life works. But always remember this. Patience is something that everybody on this earth needs. Everybody needs. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. I want to thank you for always coming on my channel. God bless everybody, and I'll see you next time on Weekly Gospel Reflections.